of business? Because I feel like everyone has the same conception or the same idea of the compliance, the red tape, the system, and others don't even bother trying. It's just because we're all so used to speaking the same language. It's almost like a trend. So what is your take on that?
No, look, my view is this. Those who work with me will tell you that my philosophy is that compliance is an enabler for business growth. Just don't see, let's take financial compliance and be specific. Whether it's financial compliance or compliance related to the sector that you are in. For example, I work with SMEs who are in the fiber rollout environment. Compliance there is that you must have a health and safety file.
Yes.
You can't go to the bank if you don't have the basics for your sector. But the real scarecrow or the real scary part in what Kuyasa specializes in, probably will be the best to talk about is financial compliance.
Yes.
The feedback I have, I'm exactly like what MMC Jack is saying, is that I actually don't even know how to do books, who to do these things for us.
Yes.
People like Kuyasa. One thing they tell us though is that, with regards to SARS specifically, is that the systems with SARS have become much easier for anybody to work on e-filing platforms to be able to respond on whatever for that period is a requirement. Whether I think now we come from the provisional tax season, and that you're able to do those things, even if you're a one-man child sort of business.
Yes.
That's one element. So you've got to then see compliance not as a scarecrow, but as a matter of that it's going to help you to be able to grow. If you don't do it, it will catch up with you.
Yes. Is the information that is out there reaching enough people, or reaching the areas it's supposed to and the people it's supposed to be reaching?
Look, I think there are initiatives such as this one that are driven by civil society, just good people who want to see progress in society.
Yes.
Not necessarily from public sector, that is being government, who are seeing it that it's their duty to contribute to society by putting these initiatives like this. I've seen initiatives, for example, done in taverns, where people take business leaders in taverns, where people, taverns are not just about drinking, are meeting places for people to socialize and network. I mean, one good tavern to is Kwalunga, Ezwide, where it's been seen as a calabash of sharing ideas and information. So that's at informal level. I think something is happening. But what I think we need to do as entrepreneurs, we need to a little bit unlearn the government thing, you know, that the silver bullet to solving our problem is government coming down from the heavens and anointing us with tender opportunities. We have to move away from this thing because it's not working, right? And with so many people who are unemployed, who are pushing the door of entrepreneurship, we are getting too many, it's getting clumsy, it's getting messy. In the process, because it now becomes a survival of the fittest, we're going to try and kill each other because I want to be first in the queue. So this government thing we must do away with. I asked myself a question the other day. If Aspen here in Coston, right, provides vaccines, right, for Africa, let alone South Africa, for Africa, how much of enterprise development work is coming out of Aspen to empower the nearby communities so that Aspen contributes into this sort of things? Maybe the question is, have we gone to Aspen to introduce ourselves to their purchase manager or their enterprise development specialist? Because at least we know one thing, that government has created an opportunity for us that all companies now, in February, everybody is running around to give a report on their enterprise development spend before financial year ends, end of February. What then happens, because we're not kicking that door, they end up taking soup kitchens, structure them in a particular way, and say that's where they're doing the empowerment community spend. Money is that should be coming to us, because remember, part of what the enterprise development benefit is skills, which is we need for us to grow. Two, there is some financial contribution that's given to the enterprise, right? and there is technical support. So in that sector, maybe like you guys were in software, brought in the software environment, you are skilled so that you can be a reseller in that environment. So I think that all of us need to begin to say, if we have these many industries in Nelson Mandela Bay, how do we work with the local business chamber? And I've seen in social media some initiatives of reaching out. They've got an SMME desk. How do we leverage that desk so that we can plug to all their member companies that are large enterprises that can create enterprise development opportunities? How much graphic design work companies here? How much supply services work goes out to companies in Nelson Mandela Bay? So we are the ones who must then perhaps say, you know, yes, government is a low-hanging fruit, but we're going to give that space a break. Not completely, but start to agitate working together with the private sector to latch exactly to what MMC Jack was saying. Because money is sitting in private sector. At one stage, President Mbeki was here talking at a business forum organized by the Nelson Mandela Business School, saying private sector is still sitting in large amounts of money. Part of that is because they're not sure about the future of the economy, so they are not investing, they are not spending, and these are monies that could empower all of us here. But so we need to redesign our growth model and maybe give Mr. Jack, maybe if Mr. Jack's diary had 12 SMMEs a day looking for opportunities, maybe we must reduce it to 3. The other 9 has gone to the chamber to say, because you know what to close the point, you know what is bad these guys do now? They tweak their scores to give the money to soup kitchens, to give the money to soccer clubs, monies that government has designed that they must be helping us, all of us here, so that we are able to be thriving entrepreneurs and we're able to provide jobs in the process in our businesses.
Yes, I completely agree with you, and everything that you just said is so correct, Chair.